Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, I want us to quickly revisit this story about Ongondowere's murder. Remember, the case has not been closed. The investigation is still going on, and the courts had already started doing their part. So there are people, one of the suspects, especially the driver, was released, and there's a video from the driver where the driver was heard praying outside the Milimani courts. Now, we also remember that Philip AOKO was arrested, released on bond, then arrested again, then released on bond, the same conditions. So I want to take you through something. There's a drama here in court, and this drama is about a suspect in MP Ongondowere's murder who threatened to kill a prosecutor.
I therefore believe that the third accused indeed uttered the words "Huyu tutamuua." It is quite frightening. It is unfortunate.
You see, based on this story, ladies and gentlemen, according to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, Lake Basin Development Board member Abel Ochieng made the threats after the prosecutor handling the case opposed them being granted bail. So we are told that Abel Ochieng said words which shocked the judge, and I think based on that story, we are told that the judge requested that they be detained and mental examination be done to ascertain whether they are okay, because for someone to make such a pronouncement and a case that is going on is about a murder case, one would easily think that Abel Ochieng is the person who called the shots there. So before we explore this story further, because there's something here from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution that I would also like to take you through, and there's a word from the court. Abel Ochieng has actually worsened the situation here. So before we get further on this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, kindly like this video to enable YouTube to share it to many other people. Subscribe to this channel if you had not subscribed before. And to our existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. First and foremost, let me take you to the statement from Office of the Director of Public Prosecution.
The information is threats towards a counsel. In this case, Mr. Mulama, he stepped out, my lady has already come. The information, my lady, we received is that as he was proceeding to oppose, one of the suspects in the dock raised an issue of who is this person, and we will deal with him. My lady, the threat was very specific.
Okay, I am recording this person and we shall deal with him.
Yes. Okay. The threat was very specific, and we have a police officer to actually articulate who said it and the exact words.
You have a witness to say that?
Yes.
I want you to say his words, exact words. What did the suspect say?
Huyu ni nani huyu mwenye hataki tuachiliwe?
Huyu ni nani mwenye hataki tuachiliwe? Yes.
So tulimweleza kwamba yeye ni prosecutor.
Yes.
Then he said, huyu tutamuua.
Can you show me the person who uttered those words?
I heard those words myself personally.
Yes.
The gentleman in the white shirt.
Stand up. That one?
Yes.
You're sure it's him?
Yes.
Oh, have a seat. Then you notify. Who did you notify?
I notified my OCS.
Oh, okay.
Then she informed the head of DPP.
Abel Ochieng threatened to kill a prosecutor. This is a very, very unfortunate situation here, because now, take a look at this. The court denied Abel Ochieng bail. Abel Ochieng goes to an extent of requesting to know who the prosecutor is and threatens to kill that prosecutor. You see, that has already worsened the situation for him, because now it makes him a prime suspect. First and foremost, the fact that they were denied bail already speaks volume. It tells a lot. It tells us that there could be some things that that Abel anaonekana ni kama inamuhusu sana. You see, the driver was released, and the driver is going to become a state witness. So because the driver was released and is going to become a state witness, yeye atatoa siri zingine ambazo watu kama kina Abel hawajatoa. Sasa Abel naye alinyimwa ile bail, of which the court had the right to deny him bail based on the graveness of the situation, ama based on how ile kesi inambana. Maybe katika hii kesi anatajwa sana, yani yeye ametajwa sana, so akanyimwa ile bail. Anyimwa ile bail ndio cause more damage. You see, there's something here in Kenya that not really in Kenya but around the world, that every time inatokea kwamba kuna suspects who are released on bond, wako nje, they always attempt to interfere with witnesses. Now, how do they interfere with witnesses? Sometimes you hear something about witnesses disappearing. Thin air, not to be traced anymore. Sometimes witnesses disappear. Sometimes, like for the case of ICC, with the case of ICC, kulikuwa na cases nyingi ambazo nasikia witness walikuwa wanadisappear tu. So hiyo case inakuwa weak. So the courts could have looked at Abel Ochieng na the graveness of the situation, na wakaona kwamba Abel Ochieng ni kuna kitu kiko. Kuna kitu kiko, na kwa sababu kuna kitu kiko, basi yeye hatutamwacha kwa bond, yeye tutamzuia. So hilo swala halikumfurahisha Abel Ochieng in this Ongondowere murder probe. Mind you, there are so many people who are arrested. Almost 12, if I remember, if my facts are correct. There's even someone who was arrested and charged and accused of being the person who ferried the murder suspect. The murder suspect was also arrested when he was attempting to cross over to Tanzania. You see, all these things, the driver was arrested, the bodyguard was arrested, and some other accomplices were arrested. Philip AOKO was also arrested. So the number, if you look at the number ilikuwa inafika almost 12, because when the shooter was arrested, the shooter had someone. That person was also arrested as an accomplice. So this murder probe ya Ongondowere imeshika watu wengi. But people have been talking about Abel Ochieng, the Lake Basin personnel. People have been talking about him, and most of the things that people say about him ni kwamba yeye alifacilitate. Now if you go to the portal, not really portal, but if you go to X handle of the Office of Director of Public Prosecution, there's a message here. There's a message which I wish to take you through. So this is what the statement says. DPP approves murder charges against Honorable Were's bodyguard and 4 others. So the bodyguard has been charged officially, and 4 others. So let me just take you through this statement. Kibera High Court has denied bond to 3 suspects linked to the murder of Honorable Charles Ongondowere. Justice Diana Mochache denied the suspects bond after one of the suspects threatened to kill a prosecutor who was handling the case. Court heard from a court orderly that when the court had taken a break for the judge to give directions, one of the suspects, Abel Ochieng alias Dave Carlo, reached out to the court orderly officer and inquired who the prosecutor was and threatened to kill him for opposing them being granted bail. The court directed all the suspects, William Imoli Shigali, Edwin Oduori Odhiambo, and Abel Ochieng, to be remanded at Nairobi Industrial Remand pending mental assessment. The case was prosecuted by SADPP Gikui Gichuchi and ADPP Allen Mulama. Separately, 2 more suspects appeared before Milimani High Court to answer 2 charges of murder contrary to the section of 204 of the Penal Code. The prosecution team led by Ms. Jacinta Evelyn Onunga, Allen Mulama, and Millicent Kegira made an application before Lady Justice, Honorable Lady Justice Muingai, to defer the plea pending a mental assessment of the suspect. The 2 suspects, Isaac Kuria alias Kush and Alan Omondi Ogola, will be held at committee prison pending mental assessment. The case is scheduled for mention for further direction on 18th June 2025. Court also directed that all the suspects be taken to Mathari Hospital for mental assessment. The suspects, jointly with others not before the court, are alleged to have murdered Honorable Were on the night of April 30th, 2025 at around 7:40 p.m. The incident reportedly occurred at the city mortuary roundabout along Gong Road in Kimilili sub-county within Nairobi County. So this is what was posted regarding this issue. It's a very disturbing issue, and why Abel Ochieng had to make such a pronouncement. That as it's like a case of jumping from frying pan into the fire. So what Abel Ochieng has done, he has literally jumped out of the frying pan into the fire. How is he going to protect himself going forward in this case? Kesi imembana. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. So just go below in the comment section and tell us what you think about this issue of Abel Ochieng. He has said ataua prosecutor. That is not something he would have said wakati huu. Huu ni wakati ambapo mambo yanakuwa ni mazito. So yeye alikuwa anasitaja mambo kama haya, lakini ameyataja mwenyewe, so amejikaranga mwenyewe. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Till you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.